And Tony G has picked up weakness. Talk about smelling a rat. Only 2 threes. And 8,300 pounds in the center.
Pass.
Well, Lou's going to give him the stare. He's got the chips, and I think he likes the cameras. He's going to make him sweat for it, but he does muck. Here's 1,500 pounds. Goes into the middle. And it's just up to this man. How much does he like his hand now?
Like a blood hand. Tony has sussed out that Kevin Post will not commit his chips with that hand, and he's just picked up 3,700 pounds. Gary, that is the 3rd time, I believe, that Tony G has stuck all his chips in the center.
This is ugly.
It's definitely at least 3. He's not afraid to put his money across the line, Tony.
He didn't look, he was smart. He looked
and that's given him 12,000 to play with. Only Lou's got more than him with 13,004. And really, he just hasn't found a hand. Pocket threes, ace 8, ace 7.
I mean, giving Tony free money is like throwing raw meat to a Doberman. And he's joking around, but look how serious Kevin Post has gotten. There's a monster on his left with cash.
But I doubled you up.
Well, Rene's got his 50. Whoa, look at this for Kevin. And Rene's sitting in the big blind with 1,500 in the middle. He's only got 2,600 left. He's probably going to have to play no matter what.
Kevin Post just looked up at the lights and said, "Hello, darling."
I would have won the tournament if I didn't bluff any chips off. I bluffed more than the total chips count. That is pretty scary.
And Kevin's in a situation, Gary, where he actually wants to get action.
Yeah, he'd have been happy with this hand last time. If it had flat calls and Tony G had have moved all his money across the line, Kevin would have been happy to oblige.
That's serious. Now I know where you are.
Raise of 2.5.
Before I was afraid you had aces.
1-5 plus 2-5 is 4,000 pounds. 4 nicely wrappered stacks of 50-pound notes. And will that take care of Lou Hussein? Rene Moritzen counting down the bad news. And as you say, Gary, there's almost no hand he can fold here.
I'd be playing deuce 7 in Rene's spot.
Pass.
It doesn't matter what these two are.
He's got 10-6.
He's not going to like it, but eventually you've just got to say, stuff it, I'm putting me cash across the line because I need to win this one to get myself back into it.
He's between a rock and a hard place here. And boy, if he could see those percentages, he actually might not call.
That's true. If you give your opponent an overpay, you can muck the hand. Be a hell of a read, though.
What time's the plane to Denmark? It could be coming soon. Sometimes you just have to say, what the hey. 8,800 pounds in the pot. Amanda will count down this deck and see how much more it is to Kevin Post,
4,100.
who will gladly call that extra 100 pounds with 2 queens.
Yeah, I think he'll be happy to oblige, especially when he sees the 10-6.
You'll have to get creative to figure out how Rene Moritzen can stay in this hand. The cards are not live, not yet. 5 to come. Can a 6-10 topple the queens?
Ace, queen.
I don't think so.
No, my money's definitely on the 3 queens right now.
A 9 and a jack would make a running straight.
As with a jack and a king. So what we need to see here is a jack just to give him a few chances. In fact, a 9 and a 7 would do it. He's still got a jack.
I got out, says Rene Moritzen. Well, it's not a very thick string, but it's worth hanging on to. 4 jacks in this deck.
No, that was him.
Kevin Post having a flutter.
It is jack! Oh, unbelievable! Rene Moritzen gets very lucky. He cracks the queens with his 10-6. And his opponent made 3 of a kind. Unbelievable. He stays in. And he's up to nearly 9,000.
Jeez, he played that pot like Plastic Man. Holy Toledo.
Yeah.
What do they say about the Vikings? Look at this flop. 3 queens for Kevin Post. He could have done a dance round the table, but the king and jack so unlikely made a Broadway straight for Rene Moritzen. 10 jack queen king ace beats 3 of a kind and keeps the Dane in this. And if that's not enough for Rene Moritzen, then he may as well give up poker, Gary. Ace-10 suited under the gun, and he's short-stacked.
Oh, no. He's actually in the big blind, which means it's even more likely to be enough for him.
Raise it.
Right, he's in the big
Right.
blind, is right.
Well, Tony G right back into the saddle.
3,500.
Well, Tony G now. He was 1 card away from being a massive chip leader. And now, with the... Oh, boy, there's a lot. Oh, there's a lot to happen here.
We've been quite card dead for a lot of tonight, and now all of a sudden, all the hands are coming out.
Re-raise.
Re-raise.
All in.
All in.
And Pierce is making a strong play. He's
Yeah.
put the lot across the line.
That's the only play Pierce could make. And in fact, that could even lose Rene.
Exactly. There's been a raise and a re-raise, so he's got to figure there's a couple of nice hands out there.
Action first on Lou Hussein, who wants to have a sniff around and know how much money this is. And
Maybe Lou's got a hand as well. This could be a 4-way pot.
well, he's eyeing his cash. Sometimes when you've been involved in a couple of all-ins and are still in, you get dizzy, Gary, don't you?
Yeah, it can leave you reeling.
I reluctantly pass.
Pass.
Well,
Speech play. I know, Rene just saw his cards.
Not even close.
slight pause. Oh, he's... he
Now
thought
he's
about
having
it.
to think
Then,
about
yeah, I think he's changing his mind. Nope, there he goes. He's decided to lay it down with a raise and a re-raise. He can't fancy his ace-10.
It's 50-50. It is.
But Tony
That's what I
G's
thought.
called. He's
That's why I
decided
had
to
to call.
gamble for
Yeah.
the chips.
Too
Yeah,
much
he said,
money
I
there.
hope it's 50-50, and it is. What a read he's just made on Piers. But these guys playing a pot. That's even bigger than the last one.
This one's got
See, I don't think we'll
25,000 in the
count
middle.
cards.
And I don't even know who's all in.
Oops, they come out good.
These both, but look at this.
What a
Catch
flop
yourself.
here for
I got
Tony
reroll,
G after
please.
being desperately unlucky in the last pot. He's got
No
lucky
seven
in
from
this
heaven.
one. Just sevens left to save Piers Wyman now. Either one of them could be all in here. I'm not sure which one's going to be knocked out.
Yeah, Piers is stone-faced,
Okay.
but that
That's what I'm saying.
has been a
Doesn't change.
terrible turn. He's found his
It's a
pair,
seven
and
win.
now 2 sevens in the deck, Gary,
7 from heaven.
or he is going to be lower than a
I'll tell you
short
one
stack of pancakes.
It was close.
I thought it was a 7, but it wasn't. It's a 5. And we're going to have a quick
I
count,
was right.
and we're going to
I mean, a
see
lot of players will lay that out.
whether
I just know
Piers-
you got a pair. I just know. I just said it straight away.
is still in or is he out.
Sometimes it all comes down to the 5 cards on board.
Too much in, I can't get out.
Tony G will now be the proud recipient of over £25,000 in cash.
Tony G put a good read on there with his king-queen. Thought his opponent had a small pocket pair. Read it right. Decided to gamble because he came to win the 50. And he decided at the right time because he made 3 kings. And that's going to knock Piers Wyman right into trouble. He's down to £200. And if you don't get lucky soon, he's going to be out.
Mad Marty Wilson keeping all in check. These blinds higher than Skyball. Piers Wyman does not have, well, he doesn't even have enough for an ante, really. And
He's going to be all in about 4 times before he can get himself comfortable again.
and it's really bad news for everybody at this table, because if there's one player who knows how to play a lot of money in front of him, it's Tony G. Lou Hussein now second in the leaderboard positions. And how is Rene still in? You have to wonder. He's in the small blind here.
All in.
And with the Jack 10, he's
And a
drawing
four.
his line in the sand.
Yep, he's drew the line in the sand with